Hi everyone, this is Tholin and we are starting a new project in our channel. We are going to evaluate a video game subscription box. There are quite a few retro video game subscription boxes available in the market, but we are going to focus on a European one coming from the UK and from the retro.co.uk. This website also offers a variety of subscription boxes, not just retro video games, but also music vinyls and others. This video is not sponsored by anyone, and before we start we should have a look at how this type of subscription boxes work. The first step is to visit the website theretro.co.uk. I'm going to have the link in the description of this video, and you can customize your own video game subscription box. You can pay either on a monthly basis, but there are also other options like annual one or 3-month or 6-month subscription, and then you can select your consoles or systems for which you want to receive games. You can also choose your own favorite genres of games, and then you can add some extras to your subscription box. The main systems that you can select for are the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance, the PlayStation 1 and 2, Xbox, GameCube, Mega Drive, and the Master System. In case you want an NES cartridge, a Super Nintendo one, a Dreamcast game, or a Nintendo 64, those are all extras that cost £5 more. In our case, since this is an exclusively Nintendo gaming channel, we have selected the 3 available generations of Game Boy, the GameCube, and we have also added Super Nintendo as an extra. The total cost for every month of these boxes is around £25. We are going to evaluate 3 different boxes in order for us to give time to the service to deliver and have a better idea on the types and quality of the games. And in order to assess that quality, we are going to use the Metacritic score for every game, and to assess the value, we are going to use the pricecharting.com website. Let's move on and open the first video game subscription box from the retro.co.uk. Let me repeat once more that this series of videos are not sponsored by anyone. You are going to have my honest opinion regarding the value and the quality of the games that you can expect from the retro.co.uk. As you can see, this is the first box. This is for November of 2020 and it is still sealed. I haven't opened it. We will open it now together to have a look on the contents. Each subscription box is being shipped from the UK on the last Friday of every month, and it takes around 2 to 3 weeks, to be honest, to arrive to my country, which is in Europe. The carrier used is Royal Mail, and as you can understand, due to the COVID-19 pandemic there are delays in shipments, but I expect in the months that will follow my parcels to arrive faster. We can now turn around the box, open it and check the contents. They usually accompany it with a letter from Peter, who is the founder of the retro.co.uk, and also a discount coupon for a t-shirt service from the UK. They have some extra packaging material, but they usually arrive without any problem. I have never had an issue with a crushed box or anything like that. This is the thank you letter from Peter, and this is also the discount code for the t-shirt website from the UK. Now moving on to the actual games. The first one is Sean Palmer Pro Snowboarder, a snowboarding game that came out in 2001. It had a Metacritic score of 58, so average reviews, and according to price charting, the price for the loose cartridge is a bit less, £2. This game tried to capitalize on the success of the Tony Hawk skating series of games, but all in all it got mixed reviews and an average score. Now let's put that aside and move on to the next game. As you can see, all the games and cartridges come in protective bags in order for you to store them. This is Ready to Rumble Boxing from Midway, a game for the Game Boy Color that got out in 1999. It's an average game again with a Metacritic score of 57 and the value for the loose cartridge around £3. Another average game that you can keep mostly to increase your collection of Game Boy Color games. let's put that aside and have a look at the third and final game of this box. Now remember, this is a Super Nintendo cartridge and it costs extra to include in your subscription. This is SimCity, a simulation game that is a port of the famous game that came out for the PCs in 1989. It had some changes compared to the original. For instance, instead of Godzilla attacking your city, you have Bowser, and you can also get a statue of Super Mario when your population reaches 500,000. Now this is a good game, especially if you like simulation games. It does not have a Metacritic score and the value for the loose cartridge according to price charting is a bit over £5. That was the third and last game of our retro video game subscription box from the retro.co.uk for November. We can now summarize what we got. The total cost for the box was £25.95. The value of the Game Boy Advance game was £1.95. The value of the Game Boy Color game was around £3 and a bit over £5 for the Super Nintendo one. All in all, the total value of the games that we got was a bit below £10. Now this is less than half the cost of the actual box, so the overall assessment for the November box is meh. The Super Nintendo game was a decent one, but remember that you have to pay extra for that. The rest two games were average with very low value. Hopefully the next two boxes that I am expecting will be better, but so far the first impression of the video game subscription box from the retro.co.uk is not that positive. So that is all for the first video of the assessment of the video game subscription box from the Retro. Thank you all for watching, make sure to thumb up and subscribe to the channel as we have more content coming soon.